Throughout history, humankind has created stories to explain our world and place in it. We took refuge in the safety of caves before we could create shelters of our own. Traces of our visits were left not only in fire pits and bones, but also in wonderful cave paintings, some of which date back more than 20,000 years. Cave openings were a safe, sheltering place for our ancestors. They were entrances into unknown depths, passageways into Mother Earth, a connection between the outer world and a hidden underworld. Exiting the dark interior of a cave into the warmth and sunlight of the outside world is thought to be the basis for many creation and resurrection stories involving caves, from the birth of Zeus at Dictyon to the resurrection of Jesus. Caves are also noted homes and entrances into the world of fabulous creatures, from dragons to dwarves, Hawaiian menehune to European fairies. Creatures, both wonderful and fearsome, are said to shelter or live in caves. Caves have not always been considered procreative in nature. Many cultures believe their version of hell accessible through deep caves. The Greeks and Romans believed Hades was accessible through a cave with the river Styx flowing in its depths. And finally, everyone knows, in caves, here be dragons. A thrill in the safety of our movie theaters and homes we can share as we watch Gandalf fight the dreaded Troll King. Many a movie or TV show represents caves with flat sand floors and wide-open chambers, with an occasional monster hiding nearby. That really is a fantasy. Caves come in all sizes, shapes, and depths, with creatures nearly as scary and amazing as some movies. They can contain rivers, streams, waterfalls, and incredible natural structures. They still make great shelters for both humans and animals, both of which leave behind bones and the remnants of past meals, making caves a great place for scientists and archaeological research. One unique thing left behind by humans is their art. Many caves have been found across the world containing paintings, potteries, and other works of art. There's a great debate regarding the reasons humans have placed this art in caves, but one thing's certain. It's wonderful, and some more than 200,000 years old, like that found in Lascaux Cave in France. The most amazing examples of what a cave can truly be are called mega caves, and they aren't uncommon in the world. Of the 23 deepest known caves, this number changes as explorers continue their work, Rousseau Cave has been recorded at 1,602 meters deep. But caves aren't just vertical wells, they also have length. Of the 25 longest caves, Mammoth Cave in Kentucky held the record at 523,270 meters, until it was knocked out of top place by Krubera Cave in the former USSR state of Georgia. Krubera is recorded to be 2,197 meters deep and an astounding 13.432 kilometers long. Biggest and deepest are great titles to hold for caves, but when it comes to spectacular magnificence, nothing compares to a cave in Mexico called the Cave of Crystals. Cave of Crystals is the name given to a series of caves in the Nica mine in Mexico. Found in the year 2000 when workers broke through a side wall of the mine while excavating for zinc, silver, and lead at a depth of approximately 980 feet. In 1910, an amazing series of chambers, known as the Cave of Swords, was uncovered in the same mine at a depth of 390 feet. Cave of Swords contains a large number of up to 3-foot-long selenite crystals, but in 2000, when the Cave of Crystals was found, even the seasoned Nica miners weren't prepared for the incredible sight they beheld. A room of giant selenite crystals, some more than 39 feet long, 13 feet in diameter, and weighing more than 55 tons. Unfortunately, the chamber was 136 degrees Fahrenheit and 99% humidity. This extreme environment made the Cave of Crystals uninhabitable for less than brief periods, and even then special protective equipment was required. More than 10 minutes of exposure without proper protective equipment was considered unsafe. Geologists believe Cave of Crystals was created by groundwater saturated with sulfide ions, heated by a magma chamber located beneath the mine. This saturated mineral solution rises through fault lines, depositing sulfide ions on exposed surfaces. As it cools below 133 degrees, it crystallizes as hydrated sulfate gypsum. also known as selenite. Geologists theorize this process has been happening over a period of at least 500,000 years in the Cave of Crystals, resulting in one of the most spectacular natural wonders ever discovered. Cave of Crystals isn't unique in containing crystals. Many caves have crystals in the well-known form of stalactites and stalagmites. Cave of Crystals is one of the only caves so far discovered containing crystals of the type we commonly consider true crystals and of the sheer size and number found there. There are salt mines scattered throughout the world. Many have been active for thousands of years. These caves are essentially filled with salt in crystalline form, usually halite, but not usually as open areas with large single crystals, although there are occasional instances where they are found. A local salt mine in operation today may be seen as you travel down Route 390 outside Dansville. Additionally, many caves are either flooded or contain some amount of running water, whether saturated and extremely hot or more conducive to human exploration. In operation for almost 225 years, the Nika mine continues to be a productive source of silver, zinc, and lead, and is still working. However, the mine area containing the Cave of Crystals was allowed to reflood in October 2015 when mining in that area ceased. This was sad for researchers, but most likely better for the preservation of the giant selenite crystals contained therein. Selenite crystals are anhydrous, making them susceptible to deterioration if they are not submerged in their natural saturated groundwater. Research found crystals were degrading while exposed to atmospheric conditions, even though these conditions were 99% humidity and temperatures in excess of 136 degrees. So returning them to their original environment will hopefully allow them continued growth and preservation. Multiple studies were conducted while researchers had access to the caves. During this time, they made numerous discoveries, one of which was formation of selenite sails on existing crystals which seemed to be unique to this cave, and extremophile microorganisms living in an environment we normally consider uninhabitable. There are certainly many different types of caves in the world. In the Cave of Crystals, fantasy and reality seem to become one. Although the wonder and majesty of the Cave of Crystals may be lost, hopefully they continue to grow. At some point in the future, we may find caves that are similar or even more wonderful than the Cave of Crystals. The wonderful thing about nature and about the unexplored is exactly that. You never know what's around the next corner. Even today, caves remain a source of wonder and mystery. Hopefully, the Cave of Swords and the Cave of Crystals will just be the two most recent discoveries on a long list of incredible finds that we look forward to in the future.